This time on Road and Race, how to quickly check the condition of any car. A friend of mine asked me to check to see if the second-hand car she bought was okay. Here's my guide to giving any car a quick once-over. This car is 4 years old and has done 64,000 miles. I am using the Haynes manual for reference on service intervals. I like the start with a quick look at the service book to see what work has been done in the past. Here we can see the oil and cabin filter was last changed at 18,000 miles. That's 3 years and 46,000 miles ago. For this car, the recommended change interval is 15,000 miles or 2 years, whichever comes first. The only other service was a change of brake fluid a few months ago. So let's check the engine oil level. Here we can see it's below the minimum level, so needs topping up desperately. Not surprising though, as this car is well overdue an oil change. Coolant level looks fine, as you can see the bottom orb. Using the coolant tester, we can see that the colour isn't brown or murky, so looks good. 5 discs are floating, so that means it won't freeze unless it gets down below -37 centigrade. So here in the UK, I'm sure that'll be just fine. What we can't check is the anti-corrosion levels of the fluid, which will wear out between 2 to 5 years. The change interval for coolant in this car is 4 years. The air filter is kept in this housing, and this side looks fine, so we'll just have a look at the other side. That's quite dirty. This needs changing. The air filter service interval is 45,000 miles or 6 years. Also, a quick vacuum of the dirt in the filter housing wouldn't hurt. It's hard to see the belt properly without removing things. No obvious signs of cracks or wear, but I can't be sure. The change interval is 4 years, and since this is a cheap part, worth replacing now. The brake fluid reservoir is under this cover. The level of the fluid is just before the max line, so is fine. The colour of the fluid should be clear, but from here it's hard to tell. The service book says it was changed just a few months ago, so should be fine. Moving to the side of the vehicle, we'll have a quick visual inspection of the brake pads. Obviously, without taking the wheels off, we can only see one of the 2 pads, but the thickness of the one we can see is just fine. All the other pads we could see on the car were fine too. So, measuring the tyres, the fronts have 6mm of thread left on them, and the rears have 3. The legal limit in the UK is 1.6mm, but bear in mind that below 3mm, grip in the wet will get progressively worse, so it's worth considering replacing the rears. So let's check to see if they're properly inflated. Looking at the overly complicated label for the front wheels, we're looking for 205 50 R17, which, if used on the front wheels carrying up to 4 people, is 2.2 bar. Measuring the pressure of the front wheels, we get 1.1 bar and 1.5 bar, so only half inflated. Onto the rears, 225 45 R17. The pressure should be 2.6 bar. On checking, we get 1.6 and 1.6 again. So underinflated as well, but at least consistently underinflated. I'm plugging a Wi-Fi based cable into the OBD diagnostic port and using software on my iPhone to scan the engine for fault codes. None found, which is great. A quick way to test your suspension is to drive over speed humps. The car should bounce once, then settle like shown. If it keeps bouncing, then there's probably a problem with your shock absorbers. This car is fine though. So here's the summary of my findings. The engine oil, cabin filter, coolant, air filter and engine belt all need changing. The brakes and suspension are fine and there were no engine faults detected. The tyres need inflating and the rear tyre threads are getting a bit low. I've rattled through the items here, so if you'd like more detail about a topic or if you're looking to do any of the work yourself, I have full episodes and step-by-step guides on most of these on my channel. Click the suggested box at the top to access them. The car used is a Porsche Boxster, but the principles apply to any car. Next time on Road and Race. Coolant. What is it? What does it do? Why are there so many different types? Is it safe to mix different brands? How can I tell if it's gone bad? And what happens if it's never changed? All these questions answered next time. If you found this video useful, please subscribe and hit the like button as it really helps us make more shows. Click the suggested box at the top of the screen now to watch the next video in this series. Please feel free to get in touch by leaving a comment on this video, and you can keep up to date with us via our website, Facebook, Twitter or Instagram. Thanks for watching.